Hey, welcome back to the show, and it's about 8:40 on the clock, so that means, well, Doyle's probably around, and here he is joining me in the studio. Doyle Richmond, how are you, sir?
Good.
Good. Did you have a good holiday for yourself?
We did.
All
How about
right.
yourself?
Hey, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, always like to see the family, and but it's good being back here as well. So, you know, being able to do both is definitely great.
I stayed around here. It was nice.
Good. Yeah. I mean, we didn't get as much snow as we were supposed.
No,
you know,
that
as
storm didn't
we were supposed
materialize
to,
as well as it
well,
should.
other places it did.
Yeah.
But oh well, maybe the next time around we do have more snow coming up around the New Year time. So that's just a couple of days away. So with that in mind, though, I mean, how busy is the real estate market right now? Are people really kind of looking around? Looking at properties?
Interesting enough. Just to bring a little story into play. I mean, I got a call last night before I was going out to a little holiday party, and the people are going to be up here today, and I want to take a look at some real estate. So yeah, I think that, and it's a perfect example of what most people do. I mean, the person said, "Hey, I was online. I was looking at such and such a property. What can you tell me about it?" And it kind of initiates the conversation. And usually go beyond just the one property. More often than not, someone's going to say to you, "I don't want to just see this one property." It's like, well, I'm kind of looking for something of this nature.
Gotcha. Well, and that is definitely a testament to how people generally start their real estate purchasing experience, that they just kind of start online and see what's out there.
Yeah, you can have the other scenario where someone's up here and just said, I saw the sign over at such and such location.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit more about this property? So it's something that usually triggers. I mean, obviously, if they're going online, they're self-motivated by the sense that, hey, let's take a look at real estate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is spontaneous, but in most cases, people are, they've been coming up here for a period of time. They say maybe it's time to try to figure out what might work for us as a family, as a couple, as an individual.
You bet. And, well, when it's this cold out, too, though, maybe it's a better idea to stay inside and maybe do a little online shopping that way.
Well, what happens during this time of year and stuff like that, they just switched over to the website.
Yeah, there it is.
So they can, on the website, if we're just have that up and looking at it, the quick search on the right-hand side allows you to, kind of do a search and put the, the price range, the areas, the bedroom count, and you can get all the properties that pull up once you do that. Down at the bottom of the page will be what's called the featured properties, and the featured properties are what Dave and I personally have listed as our listings, and we tend to have anywhere from 30 to 50 listings. And we think we have some spectacular listings priced very, very well, and we've been very fortunate to help a number of our sellers and buyers come to agreements on some great purchases out there in the last few years. But we're going to show every property. Now I think they're flipping here through some slides here that kind of just show different areas. And I think, you and I have talked about this before. I mean, it's shocking when you see the price points on some of these things in the sense how low the prices are, relatively speaking.
When you're talking about 100,000 or low 200,000 for $200,000.
Yeah. I think people are surprised that you can find properties of that nature. In some of these, and just using Keystone for example, because they're flipping through the Keystone area.
Yeah.
That they're coming up, and this slide in particular always is the one that grabs my attention. I just sold a one bedroom just under $200,000 to a client, and so that's a great purchase to be able to store your skis right there, your own lockers, walking over to the slopes. And not everyone wants a river run, and that's what's great about again Keystone or Copper or Breckenridge or any of the resorts. The resorts have shuttle systems that allow you to get from one location to another location. That's right. Even the Summit Stage, for example, if you're here in Silverthorne like we are right now, you want to jump on the Summit Stage, you can get anywhere.
Yep.
So
it's a great resource.
Yeah, obviously a car is real nice to have, but if you're in one of the resorts, you don't have to per se be right at the slopes.
You're going to find things in the close proximity that outside of just skiing as well. I mean, you're going to find those dining in the restaurant or the shops, also just other activities, ice skating, tubing, I mean, whatever you're going to want to find during the winter season, and then just to think about all that you can do in the summertime as well. I mean, there's definitely a lot of opportunities to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I think, I was looking at trends. Dave and I did a 7-year chart yesterday just by chance, and you look at the chart and we grew from 2005, 2006 all the way through to the middle part of 2008, and the market, recessed like a lot of it, across the country. And then you also look at the chart about activity, and right now the charts are doing the right things. Prices have stabilized, this year over last year.
That's right.
Yet the activity has increased tremendously this year, 2012 over 2011. So, doing this for 20 plus years, you can't say that this is the absolute low point in the market, but historical trends do repeat themselves many times over, and right now it looks like to be a very favorable market for a buyer right now.
Sure, right. Interest rates are still staying pretty low.
Right.
Especially, I mean, relative to going back 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Just substantially lower.
Well, interest rates are great, even if they were 7 or 8%. But come on, they're
right.
they're in 3s and 4s. That's just amazing.
It is,
and it can't stay there. So I think a lot of buyers are realizing, real estate is a good investment. To not only enjoy for your family, but in the long-term hold when we're looking at some inflationary, times that are upon us. That it's a good, a lot of people tell you it's a good thing to get involved in.
So whether it's a second home or your primary residence here in the county, if you're in the real estate market, if you're considering to make that next big purchase, well, consider calling the real estate group, Doyle Richmond, right here, and you can see his contact information on the bottom of the screen there, and your website's, again, super easy, doylerichmond.com.
Yeah, and one little thing that Dave and I just want to make sure everyone feels comfortable out there. I mean, we'll educate like the lady told last night. You'll know a lot about real estate whether you buy or not. Won't be any pressure. You'll know a lot about real estate.
Right.
By the couple of days you spend time with us, you'll know a ton.
You have, absolutely. All right, Doyle. Well, thanks so much, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
To you and your family. And we're going to take another break here. Again, Watch Win coming up next, so stay tuned. We're going to be back with more Son of Sunrise.